Right. I think. Yeah. I was like only 5 million. You only gave me.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the topping out ceremony of the future 116th Precinct. Before we do the actual ceremony, we're going to have a couple of our elected officials and some of the executives from the police department come up and speak. And then we're going to go over and sign the beam, and then it's going to be placed in, which will complete the topping out. So, without further delay, I'm going to introduce our first speaker of the day from the Department of Design and Construction, Commissioner Tom Foley. Tom!
Wow. I have a couple of fans out there, right? As I expressed to the borough president earlier today, he's making engineering and architecture really cool because of the support that we have from the borough president, Donovan Richards, here in Queens. But it's a great day here, topping out ceremony at 116th Precinct. Again, my name is Tom Foley. I'm the Commissioner at the Department of Design and Construction and lead an amazing team of 1,200 professionals. We have over a 25-year relationship with our colleagues at NYPD. Everything from, we've been working with them extremely closely. Have great collaboration. We had worked with them over on the police academy. We're currently completed beautiful new academy, and we're also working with them and up in the Bronx at the 40th precinct. Here at 116th, 33,000 square feet, beautiful new building with community center that will be remains on time and on budget. Thank you, Mr. Arscott. So. And it's not by mistake when these things happen, and they're happening more often. This is what we expect. This is what we demand upon ourselves for expediting capital projects within the city of New York. We have a great responsibility placed upon our team, and we readily accept it. This project, a lot of the efforts that we're making are incorporated into our just released DDC blueprint. It really is a framework for improving capital project delivery in the city of New York. And make no mistake, there's huge challenges, but we're up to the task. This project by Datner Architects was designed a year ahead of schedule. We were literally here a year ago putting shovels into almost a created sandbox. I don't think we have to pay a change order for that, but either way. But it shows you the power of partnerships, of working with Sinalter, our builder, with Tectonic, our engineering team out here, and Jacobs, into completing the work. I feel like I'm at the U.S. Open, like a couple of years ago before they rediverted it. Anyway, but it really shows the efforts that we're collectively making in order to improve capital delivery in the city. We have one of the things that we've incorporated onto this project that's now being standard, or several things, is an extra work allowance. Basically what had happened here was there was unforeseen ground conditions that would have delayed the project at least 1 year. We had registered contingency funding. I know it's not sexy, but we had registered contingency funding in order to allow the contractor to continue working while we negotiate obviously the unexpected condition. We also have contract incentives for them to complete this project ahead of schedule. And we look forward to paying this over to Sinalta, because as soon as we can provide this service, this building, this community center, this precinct back to the community and to the PD, then we've done our job. So we're really looking forward to this. As I mentioned, this remains on schedule, on budget. And we have our on-site presence here to ensure that gets done. I'd just like to point out a couple of our DDCers that are in the house. During our design phase, we had Lucy Wong that was really leading the effort with Datner. She's still obviously committed to the project, stops out here at her own time. And during construction, we have Kevin Arscott and Anthony Patelli, who are doing a fantastic job. And I would be remiss without, the leadership that has been shown here under First Deputy Commissioner Eric McFarland, Deputy Commissioner Sal Cali, and our new Associate Commissioner Judith Bernard. I'm getting all my Judiths mixed up today. But Judy's, yes. So without further ado, I'm going to hand this back over, but thank you all, and we look forward to being out here in early 2024 for our completion, and where we're going to open up the doors right behind me into this beautiful new $100 million precinct. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Foley. It is now my honor to introduce Assemblyman Clyde Fennell.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. It's a great day here in Southeast Queens. This 116th Precinct has been something that the community has been fighting for over 40 years. And we're excited that we're going to have a world-class space here that includes community space. Let's give a round of applause for the community space, everyone. This shows smart design, smart community police relations. We have worked so long to make sure that this happens and that we deserve the best in Southeast Queens. And we deserve such a precinct and such a space. We're also excited that we have world-class services. We have a world-class DDC with this program, with providing this world-class design and development right here. So we're really excited. The community is excited. We can't wait to see, the end of it. We're also excited that we're on budget and on time. And every time I pull up here and see what's behind us, I'm in awe to see all the work that the men and women here that that you guys do. Let's give a round of applause to everyone that's been helping out and been working here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. And today's a good day in New York. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman Fennell. It is now my honor to introduce the Queensborough President, Donovan Richards.
Woo! Councilwoman. 40 years. 40 years. And we're making history today in Southeast Queens. And before I begin, I must call up Bess to beat them, because there's no way. Come on up, Bess. We're going to give her her flowers. This is an afternoon that has been more than 40 years in the making. Let's give it up for Bess to beat them. She has struggled and fought for this. And I know there were many sleepless nights for people like you, but those nights are over, wondering if this day would ever arrive. Yes. But it's here, and we have the people of this community and their advocacy to thank for it. Today it is an honor to stand here as we top off what will be the new 116th Precinct, which is going to make a world of a difference right here in Southeast Queens. Yes. I want to thank you to DDC. Let's give it up for the workers, the men and women who are making this a reality today. Never forget the workers. Thank you to all my colleagues in particular. I want to shout out my partner in this endeavor, Council Member Sylvina Brooks-Powers. Today is really about two things: public safety and relationship building. On public safety, we all know that the response times in the 105th Precinct are longer than any other precinct in New York City. But when you have more than 350 lane miles in a precinct, it's really not hard to imagine why it is. Come on up here, Olivia. This is about you. Quite simply, we're asking one precinct to cover in an area nearly the half the size of Manhattan. Now let's put that into perspective. Who here knows how many police precincts are in Manhattan? Police department? All right, I'm not. He's Queens South. That's all right. 22 precincts. 22 precincts. While nearly the entirety of East and Southeast Queens has just one. That's what decades of deliberate disinvestment in communities of colors look like. But we're flipping the script, and the fight to secure the $104 million for this precinct was one I was not only proud to participate in, but damn sure glad to have won.
Yes.
Not only did we get a new precinct, but we're getting one with community space built right in it. And out of the negotiations also came over $100 million for a community center in Roy Wilkins Park. And we want to thank Mayor Adams for adding an additional $47 million to that. The tide is turning, Southeast Queens. The days of being overlooked are over and done with. And with these new community spaces will come the forging of a stronger, healthier relationship between our officers and the neighborhoods that they're sworn to serve. And I genuinely believe that. We know that in Southeast Queens, there is no contradiction in asking for safe streets and also police reform at the same time. We will never sacrifice pushing the department to do better, and what you see behind me is what 21st century policing will look like as we create safe communities in a department that is responsive as well. So thank you all for being here. Thank you to the community leaders who fought the charge for this for over 40 years. Federated Blocks of Laurelton, Rosedale Civic Association, Spring Guard Civic Association, Community Board 13, thank you all. And to the families of Southeast Queens, this is your day more than anyone else's. God bless you all. Congratulations. Queens, get the money.
Thank you, Borough President Richards. It is now my pleasure to introduce Councilmember Sylvina Brooks Powers.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. So teamwork, right? That's what today is all about. I just want to say thank you to Mayor Adams, to my predecessor, Queens Borough President Donovan Richards, and our esteemed members of the police department, along with our partners in government. I know we have Assembly Member Clyde Vannell here. I see I'm joined by my colleague, Councilmember Linda Lee. And we have a couple of others that will join us, including Assembly Members Alicia Hindman and Khalil Anderson. And so it's amazing to be here to be able to recognize this milestone and to see the vision of our community to completion. As we all know, this has been decades in coming with stalwarts like Best to Beat Them, and I think Rich Hellebrecht, is he here? Rich is not, okay, and Rich as well as the co-chairs for the task force that really helped to spearhead this and ensured that the community leaders, the elected leaders, stayed focused at the task at hand, to say the least. Southeast Queens, like many other communities, has been plagued by violence. For too long, amid rising gun violence and drug use, the social fabric of our communities was left to fray, and the city neglected to protect its citizens. It's true that New York has come a long way in recent decades, but in Southeast Queens, each week seems to bring news of another shooting, another precious soul taken from us in a senseless act. The officers of the 105th Precinct work hard to protect us, but in our city's 5th largest precinct, where years of underinvestment have resulted in slow response times, a traffic jam that can make a difference between life and death, my district has seen far too many lives lost in the last year. Just several weeks ago, we lost an 18-year-old in Rockaway to senseless violence. We had another shooting in Rosedale. So our neighborhoods have suffered for it, and it's time for change. And today, that change is finally here. Yes. With the establishment of the new 116th Precinct station here in Rosedale, our communities across eastern Queens will be safer. Our police forces will be better equipped to promptly address emergencies and promote public safety. Our residents can enjoy safer neighborhoods, knowing that help is just around the corner. And before I close, I just want to take time for point of privilege and request that any of the members of the 116th Precinct Task Force just wave your hands. Today is because of each of you. And we want to make sure that we continue to recognize you so that we understand how we were able to get to this point. I particularly want to recognize once again Best to Beat Them and Richard Hellenbrecht for their tireless leadership. This group of civic leaders came together with a shared vision, built a coalition to fight for a better public safety, to protect our neighbors, and to make Queens safer. This topping is a culmination of years of advocacy from residents, elected officials, and community residents to ensure a better quality of life for residents of Southeast Queens. So thank you so much for everyone that helped to make today possible. And thank you to our construction workers. I know we're putting a pause in your day, but we have to celebrate you because you're putting it together. So thank you as well for your work. All right, Grace. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Brooks Powers. It is now my honor to introduce the commanding officer of Patrol Borough Queens South, Assistant Chief Kevin Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming. I'm excited to be here at the future home of the 116th Precinct. Today's topping off ceremony brings us one step closer to the opening of the 116th Precinct. This precinct is the physical evidence of the New York City Police Department's commitment to the residents of Rosedale, Laurelton, Springfield Gardens, and Floral Park. The 116th Precinct will allow for a more rapid police response, and as equally as important, the 116th Precinct, with its community meeting room, will improve community police engagement. I want to personally thank those who long advocated for the construction of this precinct, and I look forward to walking through these doors with you in 2024. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, Chief Williams. It is now my honor to introduce the First Deputy Commissioner, Edward Caban.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the Police Commissioner, I am honored to join all of you here for this exciting ceremony. Today, we take a major step toward the completion of the new 116th Street Precinct. It has been said so many people have fought for this precinct over the years. The need for a new precinct in Southeast Queens has been going on for decades. And today, we are one step closer to fulfilling that need. And of course, we are all excited at the progress being made of the construction of the building. But it's what comes next that will have a huge impact. I look forward to the day when this brick and mortar comes to life, when the hum of your NYPD officers going about their work can be felt in the community, when the residents of the surrounding neighborhoods see the police, not just during crisis, but as neighbors, and also as partners in the vital work of public safety. That day is fast approaching, and I just want to thank everyone who has worked so hard to make it so. Finally, to the NYPD officers who join us, thank you for all you do. Your hard work is appreciated and does not go unnoticed. It is now my honor to turn it over to our mayor, the Honorable Eric Adams.
Money.
Seen a lot of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner Caban, and all our partnerships that we have here, our councilwomen, our borough president, as well as our assemblymen and our council persons. I have two council persons who are here. But this is our investment in public safety and justice. You could have both. This precinct is a location that many of our electors have fought for, and they was receiving mixed messages and uncertainty. It was about the quality of life. Many people don't fully appreciate how the elected officials in this part of Queens, Southeast Queens, how the homeowners, the everyday people here, they want to be safe. And they want quality policing, and they want to make sure the men and women who are providing that safety have a location that is state of the art to make sure that they can carry out their jobs and function. This was an easy lift when it came down to this community. I say this over and over again. Everyone that talks about disbanding police departments and police officers, ask them, if we take the cops off your block, do you want us to start there? And you get the same thing, a resounding no. And this community understands it. They understand that we can get the quality we want and make sure that we have the justice we deserve. And so I thank our electors in this community, the civic groups, and our contractors who are here. You're building a precinct. You're building the bedrock of our public safety is a place where men and women can go to and start their days out on patrol or evening out on patrol. I know what it was like to be in a precinct that was dilapidated, falling apart, didn't have the basic necessities that our police officers deserve, and that is not going to happen here. So hooray to these leaders, hooray to people who came together and made this happen. This took years in the making, but you're part of an administration that lives by 3 letters, GSD, get stuff done, and we got it done. Thank you very much.
Yeah, at this time, I invite all our elected officials over to the beam to sign it, please.
That's the microphone. You're going to say hello?
Hi.
Oh, I love it.
Can we step back and keep the space clear, please? I just got the nets.
Good? You good? No, you good, sir. No, don't feel sorry. You're good. We're working in unison. This is a tremendous.
He's still running around, you know. He acts like he's made. He sits outside the city hall with his stuff there. What's happening? Only if you want to.
I was going to thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
And you? Good. What's up, man? Thank you, man. Thank y'all. Yeah. Yeah,
Next up.
And that's
Oh, right behind you. Yeah, I didn't know. I said my CCL Anthony. Tamika, Ali, Choco. I'm there in the little trailer all the time. You ever meet anything? Yeah, I do.
All right.
What a nice day.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Yeah, I got the hard hats. I got the hard hats. Y'all look like real work. The dog miracle? Exactly. I love it.
Good to see you.
When this was a little, I saw fire on it.
Oh, nice.
This is my mom's dream. She was fighting with it. She didn't live long enough to see it, but
Thank God it is.
yeah. And I actually got to put her name on it.
Oh, good.
This has actually been a day for us. It's gone since 14, but today, this morning, the borough president announced money for our library construction. She saved the library with her sit-in. The fiscal crisis, and then.
Absolutely. 10 minutes.
I wish you was here to see it, but...
Oh, no. Well,
I'm sorry if I got in the way of the cameras.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Away. Some of these, I'm trying to just photo off just the side of your desk because like everyone wants to picture.
I understand. I understand.
I hear you. You've heard it 100 times, but some people haven't.
Turned on the sun, my God.
As soon as the mayor gets there. No, they're going to lift the final beam. Technically, the second to last.
Yeah. You're just taking the pictures coming over.
No shot here. I think it took. Your shot so good, Isaac?
Yeah, I'm fine. No, that guy gotta come back. Have him come back.
Which guy?
Both cameramen. I mean, what do they? Why are they on top of it?
Is it clean or no? Is it clean or do I need to get people to
I mean, well, once they hook it up, they're gonna come out.
decide to get the camera
Okay, time out.
Sir with the blue hat?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, no problem. Am I in anybody's way?
No.
Yeah? The suit?
Yeah, the suit and the red.
Excuse me. The passengers are looking at
DJ. Oh, I'm sorry. Good?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
We got this in here.
Easy on that pole. I hold that.
I'm sorry, the construction lady and the mayor's got it?
Yeah.
Back down real quick.
Perfect.
Oh, yep.
So he's got the mic on. He just grabbed the mic.
Ready?
Oh, yeah.
To rear. He's in the top.
GSP.
Take it up. Get stuff done.